first dance is going to be a little bit different than what people I think expect, because I think that it's not going to be a performance. You know what I mean? It's going to be a moment where it's just about her and I together, just in our own world, and not performing and not for other people. This is just for us. And but later in the night, there might be a little shindig, a little performance, a little dance or something. Who knows?
How's engaged life treating you guys?
It's going good. It's going good. Speaking of headaches, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. It's wonderful. You know, so excited, and actually the wedding's coming up, and you know, all the planning that goes into that. And it's actually kind of funny because, you know, we were thinking about, like, you know, the actual wedding, and we're thinking about, you know, all these different things we could put in party favors and, you know, things for people. And we're like, actually, some of these products actually would be pretty good to put into those
little party favors for everybody that goes to, like, the hotel or wherever you guys.
Yeah, I mean, just to replenish, to be hydrated, you know, all these different things, because, you know, it's gonna be a 3-day event, so they're gonna need a lot of stamina.
Definitely. Besides that, what were, like, the must-haves that you had to have at the wedding? Or that you have
must-haves, man, that's a good question. For me, nature is one of the must-haves. I think just being, you know, in the green and just the lush, you know, forest and gardens and fields like that. For me, that was sort of like top of the list. And once we found that, now we're sort of, okay, do we want a live band or a DJ? Do we want, what's the color scheme? I honestly, I was like, wow, there's a lot that goes into this. And I have to say, I'm pretty involved, more than most. I is what I hear from the wedding planner and everybody. But I guess that's just sort of my creative, part of me, that I like to be sort of involved with that stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be really beautiful.
Definitely. Are you a bridezilla then? Like, who?
I wouldn't say I'm a bridezilla. Not yet, at least. We'll see.
Yeah. I know you can't tell me the wedding date and things like that, but are you guys getting married this year, or is it?
Yes, it will be this year. It will be this year. Yeah, it's going to be a very busy year coming up. There's lots of things happening. We got a live tour, we got a wedding, we got so many things. So it's going to be a busy one. Is
there anything that makes you nervous about the wedding, or the one thing that you're, like, super excited about?
You know, I don't know. I don't know if I guess I'm nervous about my vows, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
But I say that, but then at the end of the day, I'm actually not. I think I feel pretty good about it all, you know. I think the thing I'm most nervous about is just making sure that I want everything to feel effortless. You know, that's the main thing. I just want it to feel effortless. And it's funny, you know, we're talking about this as well, but I want to make sure that we're healthy, that we're clear-minded, we feel good, we feel strong. Because, like I said before, it's gonna be an event over a couple of days. So we want to make sure that we feel really strong and healthy, so we can really enjoy it and really be present. You know, I think that's the other thing too. By the way, just kind of going back to the head health part, is getting migraines and headaches. It's hard to stay present. It's hard to stay focused in the moment. And at least with our wedding too, it's so important for us to be present and in the moment, and to really savor every moment. Because the worst thing that could happen for us, at least the thing I'm most nervous about, is it happens and we're like, did that just happen? I don't know. Like, so I want to elongate as much as I can the whole 3 days. So
definitely. Do you feel pressure to make that first dance perfect?
You know, it's interesting because my first dance is going to be a little bit different than what people I think expect, because I think that it's not going to be a performance. You know what I mean? It's going to be a moment where it's just about her and I together, just in our own world, and not performing and not for other people. This is just for us. And but later in the night, there might be a little shindig, a little performance, a little dance or something. Who knows? But,
I'm sure with the guest list that you guys have, I'm sure it's going to be a full-on dance party.
Exactly.
I love that. And obviously, big news, Julianne back at Dancing with the Stars, co-host. I mean, perfect choice to me, and obviously being your sister, but why is she a perfect choice for you too?
I think that's just it. I think it was one of those things where you hear it, you go, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know I mean, I think there's no sort of like question about it. It just feels like it was the right choice. And, you know, she's a great host. You know, we hosted Disney specials together, and she's fantastic. She also happens to be an amazing dancer and singer and everything else. But also she was, you know, a part of it. You know, she's part of the show and she knows the show and she's part of the family. So I think that's what's really great about it. You know, with Alfonso and her being the host, I think that their chemistry, their knowledge, their familiarity, and also just the family aspect of the show, you're gonna really feel that. So it's great. And I have to say, just go ahead and say it, but Tyra was just unbelievably gracious, like really, truly gracious. And I just have to give her absolute props for, she just sent Julianne the most beautiful message. And it was just, you know, I'm just really grateful to her for just her grace.
Yeah. Were you shocked or surprised that Tyra decided to take a step back?
Not necessarily. I think that, you know, she's a busy girl. You know, she's got a lot on her plate and a lot of things happening in her future. And she's one person that, you know, will always work and will always be an entrepreneur and always create opportunities. And she's a powerhouse. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it was surprising. I think that it was just one of those things. Yeah.
Did you reach out to her afterwards as well?
No, I actually haven't yet, but I certainly should.
Yes. Did Julianne give you the heads up that she was coming back, and did you guys discuss it? And did she ask?
She did actually. Yeah. She gave me a little heads up, and so did this show, and not that it was my choice. I was like, you know what, I don't know if I like that or not, you know. Yeah. But no, it's fantastic. Very, very excited for her and for the show. I think it's gonna be really great for the show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a great season.
I did speak to Max recently, and he told me that if the position was available, he would love it to be a judge. Would you want to see him next to you guys on the judges panel?
Hey, you know what? For me, I would love to see anybody that was on the show, you know, come join us, you know, guest judge with us, you know, for an episode or two. Or so yeah, I recently we just had a celebration. I was with Max and Val the other night, and it was wonderful. It was great to see them.
Yeah. What is it like seeing Val as a dad?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And he was like, yo, bro, like you gotta get on this, man. Like, trust me, you know. And he actually said some beautiful words that really inspired me to, you know, but we're gonna get on it. Trust me. Don't worry. Once that wedding happens, we're gonna stop out little babies.
Definitely, you think relatively soon after you could get in that baby fever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of dad do you think that you're gonna be?
The best. No,
hands down the best.
Just that's it. I mean, I've already got the dad jokes down. I'm probably I'll be an embarrassing dad. Let's put it that way, for sure.
I love that. Were you surprised that Mark's decided not to come back next season after his big win?
You know, I'll say this. Sometimes it's great to sort of bow out when you've on the top, without a doubt. You know, I think it's interesting. The show is a very interesting. It's just very unique. I think that you just kind of know. I think even with Cheryl, you know, last season, sort of, you know, putting her shoes down for the show at least. It's I guess you just kind of know when you're like, okay, I've done that. You know what I mean? You know, even for myself, you know, I did that a couple of years ago, where you just kind of know. You're like, okay, I've done that. I feel good about that. So yeah, but he will certainly be dancing at my wedding. That's for sure.
I'm sure. Is he in the wedding party?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's my best man.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure his speech is going to be epic too.
He's actually beautiful with words. So yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Definitely. I know we still have months away from from Dancing with the Stars, but there already casting rumors are kind of going about, and there's some rumors that Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules could be joining Dancing with the Stars. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
I don't know what all the things you just said are. I don't. Oh wait, Vanderpump. She was on the show a while ago, wasn't she? Lisa Vanderpump. That's right.
Ariana Madix. She's a cast member on Vanderpump Rules. There's some rumors that she could be on Dancing with the Stars.
Got it. I apologize. I don't know. And actually, I'm like the worst person to ask for that because I actually I almost purposely try not to find out because I actually enjoy like when they do the announcement. I like to experience it myself. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, let's find out.
Totally.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens though. It's always one of those things with Dance with the Stars. It's always one of those things where you're just like, like, how do they keep doing it? Like, how do we keep coming back? And each season just seems to be, greater and better than ever. And the cast are always fantastic. And even the people that you're like, who's that? And they end up being your favorite person. So it's a great show.
It's always full of surprises. And I'm so excited to chat with you today because I love that you're doing this holistic approach to head health. So tell me all about this.
Yes. Well, I'm super excited to be partnering with Excedrin for this new head care club, which is, like you said, a holistic approach to head health. It's basically a place where you can go where there's going to be nutrition, mindfulness, and movement to all support our head health. And for me specifically, I'm working with my fiance Haley, and we've created these routines, movement routines. So there's a couple of them. There's one that's more aerobic, that's about getting the blood flowing, the oxygen flowing through your body, which is great for your overall health, but also for your head health. And also a sort of like a restorative yoga routine that is more about elongating the muscles, stretching, and also focused on the breathing, because we all don't breathe enough. I know that sounds kind of silly, but we just don't really have this mindful breath, which is so important in our everyday lives. So all those different aspects, from movement to restorative yoga to the breathing, all of that is there to support our head health. And that's what I love about this. It's a holistic approach, not just sort of waiting for the migraine or waiting for the headache, but it's the spaces in between and what we can do to be proactive to help our overall health. So
definitely. Do you feel like that has helped you? Like, kind of like you said, not waiting for it, but doing these exercises and, taking that holistic approach. Do you feel like that's helped you with migraines and things like that? Yeah.
Without a doubt. It's interesting. And we all know like what it feels like, right? When we have like a headache or a migraine, it's like the world stops. You can't function. It's just the worst. So having that daily ritual for me is so important. And actually, I think I recently just posted sort of my morning ritual, which is something I actually do every morning by activating all my joints and elongating my neck and rolling my shoulders out, my knees, my ankles, all those aspects, all those things for me get the blood flowing and activating the body. And I just noticed that when I do it, I'm just so much better throughout the day. And when I don't do it, I feel it. I feel the fogginess, not just in my head, but in my whole body. And that's the other thing too, to realize is that it's all connected. You know what I mean? I think that when we're focusing on our head health, we should focus on our entire body, essentially, because it's all this beautiful, highway system that needs to work together and in unison and in harmony. So that's what it's all about. For me, motion equals emotion. The way you move your body affects the way you feel. And I'm just, obviously, being a dancer and movement being such a huge part of my life, I'm so happy to be partnering with them for this because, and I'm so happy that they're including the movement aspect for this because it is so important.
Definitely. Movement is key. And what's it like obviously you and Haley work a lot together. We see you guys on Dancing with the Stars and things like that. But what was it specifically like working with her on this?
It was great. It's so fun. And it's interesting about it because it's something that we kind of already do, you know what I mean, daily. And especially even during the pandemic and, COVID and we're being home and stuff. We really worked out a lot together and we were very active together a lot. But it's always great. It's always so wonderful to do things together, even doing shows and tours and now, doing this, where basically is a service, we're trying to serve people and to try to, help others and take care of this. And she also is somebody who legitimately on a more of a frequent occasion gets migraine. And so it was really, when this opportunity came up, it really made a lot of sense because for her, it is something that's a bit more, frequent. So being her partner, being, mindful towards her and what she goes through and how to help her and to move along this message to other people as well.
Definitely. Well, Derick, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Good luck wedding planning. I can't wait to see the photos when they come out. It's going to be beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Bye. For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.